This AD door. Thank you.
Statement from Interim Vice Chancellor Candice, and we'll open up for questions.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you all. I don't know that I've seen the room this full, so thank you for being here. I first just want to say that I'm excited for the opportunity to sit before you in this capacity, in this interim capacity. I've been at Vanderbilt for a long time, and I'm as excited today as I was more than 2 decades ago when I first arrived. I want to say thank you to Interim Chancellor and Provost Susan Wente and the administration for giving me the opportunity and just entrusting me with the privilege of leading this department. I've always been, even as a child, attracted to the unique proposition of Vanderbilt, and that's this space where great academics and athletics can intersect, and we can be successful in both areas. And I loved it then, and I love it now. I think we shouldn't be afraid of the expectations. Commodore Nation has been very loud and vocal and passionate, and I share that same passion. And I think it's okay for people to have expectations of us because we have them of ourselves. And I feel very privileged to work with the staff that's out here, with the coaches, and most importantly, to support our student athletes. And we will remain committed to providing the best student-athlete experience possible. We talk a lot about how parents entrust us with their sons and daughters, and that's a responsibility that none of us takes lightly. So I thank you for the opportunity. Look forward to working with everybody in here.
Candice, you've spent a lot of time here. Do you see you being named interim AD, do you see that as a reward for your hard work or a responsibility to fill that role? Reward or responsibility?
I see every day, everything that we do as a responsibility. And it's a collaborative effort from the administration to our coaches, to our staff, to our student athletes trusting us to give them what they need. I see it as a responsibility.
You worked under David Williams. You were close with him. How similar will what you do be to what he has done? Where will you differ?
I think I've said before, some people may have heard me say before that one of the things that I really appreciate about athletics is that we constantly talk about what we take from those who came before us. And so it's been a privilege to be poured into by so many, including David Williams, who, as you said and as people know, I was very close to. He absolutely remained steadfast and committed to the student-athlete experience. And I think that is the responsibility of all of us who are a part of this endeavor in college athletics. And I think that every leader stands on their own. And so Candice is going to have to be Candice. But I absolutely appreciate everything from David and everyone that's poured into me.
David was fiscally conservative. There were concerns that Malcolm was not as fiscally conservative. How will you approach how you decide where to spend money?
We're going to be fiscally responsible. That's a value of our department and our university. We've got to pursue new revenue opportunities and take care and be good stewards of the resources that we have, but we know we've got to invest to move forward, and that's what we expect to do.
Candice, how far along is this plan? The release said yesterday within coming weeks. Is it a month, 2 weeks, 6 weeks? How long are you expecting to be able to, before this is going to be announced?
So you all are aware that we've been working very diligently on an athletic strategic plan. And that plan has been very comprehensive. We started it in, I would say, probably April of last year. So very comprehensive, includes all facets of the university and beyond, actually. So it actually extends beyond the university in terms of the input that we've gotten. I think you'll find that we're going to come out with that very soon. But what that strategic plan is a first step. It's going to highlight the priorities for the next 4 to 5 years, and we will make decisions based on that priority. Or those priorities. So that will be a first step. It's not an end-all, be-all. It's a first step, and that's coming very soon.
What was your role in the devising of that with Malcolm in the past few months?
I'm sorry, what was my...
What was your role in terms of working with Malcolm on that plan?
So I worked alongside him as well as other university administrators very closely. We had both a core group and then a larger group that we depended upon to get feedback, look at peer institutions, look at trends, make sure we were assessing the fan base, our faculty, our staff. I mean, we've hit every stakeholder group, and so I was intimately involved, as were many people in this room, in that process.
Numerous coaches have kind of endorsed you as a permanent AD the last couple of days. What's been your reaction to hearing endorsement from your colleagues in that way?
I've been very appreciative. I mean, we've spent a lot of time building rapport, getting to know each other, and so to me, that's indicative of what we do every day, and that's just rely on one another as a family. And so I'm very appreciative, but it's indicative of who we are.
What are the challenges of leading the department with, when the incoming chancellor is not yet here, and I guess how often are you meeting with Jim Meyer?
Well, I think the challenges are I prefer to look at them as opportunities for us to build upon, and those are the same because we're moving forward, right? So what we're trying to do is make sure that we're articulating our values, we're setting priorities, we're investing in the student-athlete experience first and foremost, we're being communicative, we're making sure that within our walls and externally we're everything that Commodore Nation expects us to be. And so I appreciate the leadership of Interim Chancellor Wente. I also have heard from Chancellor Dearmeyer and appreciate his support of our department as well. And I think by all accounts, I think in athletics, it's been made very clear that we're an important part of this institution and we're going to move forward together. You know, the one Vanderbilt theme is real, and we're living that out.
Candice, a lot of people describe Malcolm as kind of an outside-the-box hire. You've been here for a long time. You went to school here. You were a student-athlete here. How does that kind of give you a different perspective than the athletic directors that came before you?
I prefer not to compare myself to them. I can just tell you from my perspective, I have sat in the shoes of the people that we're called to serve. And I hope that lends itself to understanding what it is that these young people expect from us, what it is that the staff needs to show up every day with energy and feel good about what we do. And, I think everybody that's come before me did that their way, and I respect that. But I can only do it my way. But I do appreciate your question.
Can you talk about the historical significance of you taking this job being the first black woman to the SEC school athletic department?
I've heard from so many people. I'm so humbled by how people have experienced this decision. And it's not lost on me the responsibility that I have so that people who, both those who look like me and those who don't, know that they can have opportunities to excel and really in any space that they want. I have been, for the last 24 hours, just trying to have my head down and working, but I understand the responsibility that this is, and I think that the most important thing is we have to get to the point where there are others. Carla Williams was the first African-American woman to lead a Power 5 institution. And we need a second and a third and a fourth. And then we'll know we're truly making a difference. But it is not lost on me. I'm very grateful, and I take the responsibility very seriously.
You talked to Teresa Phillips over at Tennessee State, I played here in this program, and she's been through this.
Yes, so she and so many others have reached out, and I talk to her on a regular basis anyway, and I heard from her yesterday, and it was wonderful, and I will certainly rely on all of the resources I have, both in this department, in this city, and across the country. Everybody has been fantastic, including other athletics directors in this conference who were just very, very supportive. I spoke with Commissioner Sankey earlier today, and heard from Mark Emmert this morning, and just very grateful, very grateful.
You're the interim. That implies you may be full-time, you may not. Have you had discussions with your bosses about what that looks like, what the potential for a search is, when a timeline would be, would that be when the new chancellor steps in, those sorts of things?
I certainly appreciate why you're asking and knowing that that's on everybody's mind. I can tell you what I've been doing is focusing on our coaches, our student athletes, and our staff, and that's what I'll remain focused on.
So that's not that conversation you've had?
That's a conversation that I think perhaps that's for another time. I think that honestly, I think my focus is on serving this staff, serving these kids, serving these coaches.
Vanderbilt is in kind of a bad place. The last day they made it a year, there have been broken promises for years by the university to coaches and fans. It's a tough job to walk into. How do you give fans a sense of confidence and boosters and coaches that things are different now?
I think Vanderbilt has the opportunity to grow forward. That's what I told the senior staff and the head coaches yesterday when we met with Interim Chancellor Wente, that we're going to grow forward. We have wonderful opportunities to enhance what we do and to live out our values. And as I said before, I was excited about that proposition at 17, and a few years later now, I'm still excited. So, thank you.
What was your reaction the moment somebody walked up to you and said, Candice, we want you to do this job, we want you to take charge of the program?
What was my reaction? I said, okay. I said, okay, and all of us show up here every day to serve. Sometimes your service, you don't always get to decide what that looks like. But the opportunity to continue to serve in this space, I would be remiss if I said I wasn't thrilled to do it. Again, I've been where our student athletes are. I've been a staff member. I've walked these walls and these streets and these paths with this community, and I couldn't be more proud to serve in this capacity. And so I said, okay.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.